Hello, I'm back again with another video. I'm actually a little bit nervous to film this one. I don't know why, my heart is kind of racing a little bit. Anyway, as you know, I started my ACOTAR journey recently. I did finish the last book last week, but I didn't get around to filming a video to tell you my review on it. I'm currently about a third of the way through the second book, and I'm going to give myself some more time to be reading this, and I will give you some updates on the series. So without further ado, this is my review on the ACOTAR Thorns and Roses book. I already knew I was gonna love these books, but I feel like it's kind of hard because the first book is normally the slowest one, the one with the least excitement, the most setup, but it did not feel like that at all in this book. It was very well paced, it was perfectly detailed, there was just enough where you felt like you had a more understanding of the world, but still a lot that you wanted to learn and know. The author, she balanced this really well, and it had the perfect mixture of fantasy, romance, a little bit of spice. Maybe I would have liked a little bit more, but you know, that's okay. We're just starting off. Overall, I really enjoyed it. So I gave this book a 9 out of 10. I would say it's like a 4.5 stars maybe. I wouldn't say it's just a 5-star yet, just personally because there was a couple of little bits in the book that weren't exactly how I would have liked them, so it wasn't perfect in my eyes, but it was really good. So it literally couldn't have anything less than a 9. I gave it 2.5 on the spiceometer. Nothing intense. It probably is a little bit less. I think that's a bit of an overshoot, but you know, better to be safe than sorry. Don't want to tell you guys that it's super spicy when it's not, but I don't want to tell you that it's not spicy at all when it is semi-spicy. It's not like spice in the way of erotica. It's written in a much more, I don't want to say discreet, but a much more sort of mature way, I guess. Definitely recommend this book to people who like adventure, who like romance, who like fantasy, or maybe want to be introduced to fantasy. It's not too intense, but you learn a lot of new concepts. I'm really excited to see where these books go, but I can already tell, I just know there's going to be some like gut-wrenching moments in there, so I'm kind of nervous for that. And I think maybe that's a little bit why I'm nervous for talking about this at the moment, because I've started reading the second book. There's a few things going on and my heart's like pitter-patter. The great things about this book: I loved the character development, I loved the plot, I loved that it was quite fast-paced, I loved that you had the different realms, I liked that you got to learn more about the realms, the perfect amount of characters where you could get attached to some, you disliked others, and you also felt like there was room for character growth. I'll tell you kind of what my review was on this book. So my main thoughts at the end of this book, which I will get up now for you. So I said I really enjoyed this book and am excited to read on. The pacing was great and I love the characters and the world development. I gave this book 4.5 stars because I feel that the first book of the series is always a setup and they get a lot better. Then I talk about a few more of my negative bits, which we'll come back to. What a fantastic journey I'm going on, was really great and cannot wait to start the next one. I said very unusual, but I actually liked all of the characters, so that's exciting. And I'm very excited to see what develops between them all. I feel like I'm defo Team Tam at the moment, Team Tamlin, but I am excited to see what the relationship between Feyre and Reese is going to be. I'm a little bit nervous for that as well because I feel like I'm quite attached already, and I feel like I don't want to spoil the next book, we're not there yet, but I just feel like there's some things that are happening that I'm like, ooh, nervous. Also, Lucien is a legend. I think he's a great friend character. So the negative things of this book. There was literally 2 negatives I had with this whole book. The first negative was there was one place during the plot, and I feel like you'll know exactly when it happens, where it goes from literally 0 to 100. You have this moment where everything seems fine and then everything is really not fine, and there's no like in between, and I feel like it kind of works. I feel like it kind of works in the style of the book it is. However, I feel like it could have had a little bit more explanation before. I feel like we need a few more nuggets that certain things were gonna happen, and then here we go, like the plot's starting, the plot's thickening, let's go. You were halfway through and you're like, well, surely this just can't be it. You know something's coming, and then something happens, and instead of having that kind of like shock factor, you kind of have like, wait, what? Oh, okay, right, we're here now, let's go. It doesn't take away from it, but it could have been just like a tiny bit better if we had a few more nuggets. Now also, this might be the case of I just missed a few things. things when I was there. Who knows? That could have been me. And then the second thing that for me could have been done a little bit better is I think there could have been a little bit more romance, in terms of certain build-ups were there, but I feel like it could have been a bit better, and I think there could have been a few more like stolen moments in the really high intensity bit. But you know, everything happens for a reason, so maybe that was supposed to happen. The book could have done with maybe being like 50 to 100 pages longer, and it could have just had a little bit more setup in the world, a little bit more backstory, a few things maybe here and there in a little bit extra detail, a little bit more of some of the relationships in a bit more detail, and then I feel like it would have been 10 out of 10, perfect. That's literally the only reason I knocked the 1 mark off. But again, this might be my fault because I put a lot of expectation on it. As you know, I spoke about it consistently. Maybe it was never going to be a 10 because I put that expectation on it. I mean, the fact that I had that high expectation and it still came out as a 9 out of 10 shows you that it's a pretty great book. I'm really excited to continue reading this series, and like I said, I am a bit nervous. My heart does pace a little bit when I read some of the scenes and some of the, that sounds saucy, no, in terms of like intensity, especially the second book at the moment. But I'm super excited to see where it goes. I'm waiting for those moments, you know, those moments that are gonna get me. I feel like I'm waffling a little bit, but you know, it's okay. This is what we do. This is who we are. We're just gonna be ourselves. Basically, I would really recommend you reading this series. I think you should come along on this journey, read the first one, and then we'll be sort of up to date. So as you're reading the second one, finishing the second one, you can talk about it, compare, see our thoughts, see whose team you're on, see who you like, who you don't like. There are 4 books to go, so I am very interested and excited to see how this is going to develop, how this is going to thicken. And maybe this will be one of the cases where a series surprises me and the first book actually doesn't need to go into that much detail, because we're going to get more and more detailed as we continue. You know, maybe I'll eat my words in some of the next reviews. Honestly, it's a fantastic book and I really would recommend it, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Go pick up A Court of Thorns or Roses, or get it on Kindle or however, and read it. Let's talk about it in the comments below. Let me know what you thought, who your favourite characters are. Let me know maybe things you didn't like. This would be a great one for a book club. So, you know, if we want to start working out a book club, this could be our first book, so go pick it up. Let's chat about it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Come back tomorrow for another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.